Welcome to Oncology Spotlight, a podcast where we interview those who are working on the war against cancer, brought to you by the OncoAssist team.
My name is Conor Moloney. I'm a UCC graduate, and I'm currently working as a stand-alone registrar in medical oncology in CUH. And I'll be starting on the Irish Medical Oncology Specialist scheme this year.
Brilliant, thank you. And it was your first ASCO, so what were your impressions of the conference?
Yeah, so I really didn't know what to expect going into it. I suppose the first thing I noticed was just how massive it was. I was a little bit blown away by the scale of things over in the US. I've been to other conferences which were at a much smaller scale, and I suppose walking in the first day and you used to have thousands of people, and the queue to print out your name tag took about an hour, and yeah, and then just trying to navigate your way around all the different exhibition halls and just simply trying to find a talk that you want to go to. Yeah, a little bit overwhelming at the start, but you get the hang of it eventually, and yeah, it was a great experience in the end.
Brilliant. And can you tell us what you learned at ASCO 2023?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, I suppose the main thing I took away from ASCO was getting an idea, I guess, of the broader trends in oncology for the next couple of years. And one of the biggest things that was just kept being emphasized over and over again was the role of patients and how important it is to have patients involved in research and trials, and so many trials reporting patient-reported outcomes, and just seeing the reception to that just kind of really emphasized how big an aspect of oncology research that's going to be in the future. A couple of other things I was interested in were new therapeutics and advances in the targeted therapy area. So one area of oncology that I'd be quite interested in is lung cancer. And so actually at the plenary session, they presented the results from the ADAURA trial, which looked at osimertinib in the adjuvant setting for EGFR mutant non-small cell lung cancer. And it was the first trial that's shown an overall survival benefit for targeted therapies in non-small cell lung cancer. So that's quite exciting, because oftentimes you see kind of the surrogate outcomes like disease-free survival, and you're kind of trying to extrapolate from that, but to actually have OS results is quite promising. And I suppose it also opens the door then for studies into other targeted therapies for non-small cell lung cancers with other oncogenes that are driven by other oncogenes. And then the last thing maybe that I picked up on was there was a lot of talk about de-escalation strategies in ASCO, and trying to find patients that you can maybe pick out and avoid using more intense treatments and chemotherapies, and spare patients from side effects and adverse events. And so I suppose we see a lot of breast cancer in the clinic, and so the FERGAIN study, which I actually saw in one of the highlight sessions from day one, looked at a de-escalation strategy for patients with HER2 positive breast cancer or early breast cancer. And they use PET response and pathological complete response to find patients that they could spare from having chemotherapy at all in the first place. And that had very interesting kind of 3-year invasive disease-free survival results. So I suppose it's a question that's going to come up more often in the next, in the future, this de-escalation and what methods we can use to find those patients. So it was just interesting to see a trial that was using that method, and be interested to see what will come from that.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Dr. Moloney. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah,
thank you.
No problem. Thanks, William.